Sonam Kapoor is a lot of things. Style icon, a star's daughter, but what she is not is a bankable solo star. She's hoping to change her luck in 2012 with Players. We find out how she's playing her cards in the new year.
So let's talk about this film you're promoting, Players. You know, it's your first time working with Abbas Mustan. What was that experience like for you, and is it what you expected it to be?
Well, I expected it to be fun, so it was fun. And I think I've worked, this is my first action film. So doing it was so much fun. I hope to do more of this soon.
हमारे पास बस 10 मिनट है पूरी रॉबरी को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए।
What was it about the film and the action of it all that you really enjoyed the most?
Well, I like the fact that, that my character was so out there. She was so free, and she was. I like characters who are free-spirited. I never get to play free-spirited characters. I think the last free-spirited character I played was Bittu in Delhi 6. Otherwise, I'm always like very Sehmi and like really shy or like really uptight. Like Aisha was really uptight, or like Simran was really like, you know, closed as well. So someone who's more free-spirited, very fun-loving and crazy, and I like that about her.
What about the way they portray their female characters? Is there anything specific about that you like or dislike?
Well, I love the fact that they're always like strong women and they're almost like heroes. And I love my character especially because she has, if you see in the thing, she's walking with the boys, you know what I mean? I like that. I like the fact that she says dialogues which like a guy would say or like a hero would say. I was doing dubbing for the film, and the sound recordist and, you know, the sound director was like, you know, he said that you are saying dialogues that a hero would usually say in a movie. Or he'd be like, oh, can you say this dialogue how Amarji would say or your dad would say it? I would be like, okay, cool. And that, for me, that's a really cool feeling.
Was that empowering at all?
It is. And, you know, you get to be the brains behind the operation or get to like hack things, and you get to act that out or drive a certain car in a certain way, or, you know, be one of the 3 people who are driving the minis besides Abhishek and Sikandar. So I think that's kind of cool. I got to choose my color as well.
And what was that color?
Yellow. I'm driving the yellow mini.
Talk to me a little bit about what it was like working with this amazing ensemble of a cast. Were there any favorites that you really connected with on set? Were there any real players?
Well, you know, I mean, I love working with each and every one, but Abhishek is, I mean, I always maintain that he is my favorite co-star. I've worked with all the young boys, and he is perhaps the nicest person and the best person that I've worked with. So for me to work with him again on this film was an absolute pleasure. We get along like a house on fire, and we come from similar backgrounds, so we kind of get each other. So I like working with him a lot.
Now, you guys recently hosted Welcome Tom Cruise to India for the MI4 screening. How was the movie, and what was Tom like in real life? Were you at all starstruck?
Yeah, I'm usually starstruck with most people. Like, I'm one of those kids who gets really like excited to see anybody. Like, I was excited to see Salman Rushdie once, you know what I mean? So for me, Tom Cruise, I used to have a poster of him from Cocktail up in my room, and I told him, I said, you know, I had a poster of you and of River Phoenix up in my room. So he's like, me and River Phoenix? I said, yeah, you and River Phoenix. And then he passed away and it was just you and Leonardo DiCaprio after that. So I was like, I love good-looking, clean-cut men, like beautiful-looking men. And he's a beautiful-looking man who has been in some of my favorite films. So I was excited to see him. I was excited to see how gorgeous he still is, despite the fact that he's, you know, he's almost Dad's age. So I think it's fantastic.
Speaking of your dad, he actually looks great himself.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you when he's, you know, kind of emerged with this as an international superstar,
Yeah.
especially this late in his career?
I mean, it's fun to see my dad having so much fun because now for him, it's not about achieving something, it's more about experiencing it, if you know what I mean. It's not about trying to look into the future and be like, I want that, I want this. He's like living in the moment and enjoying every second of it, which is so fabulous because we should be doing that from the beginning of our careers because what we have, maybe 1 in a million people do have, and to have that experience is amazing. And he's like a little kid, you know, in a candy store. I think it's fantastic.
So what about you? Do you feel confident about the career choices you've made thus far? Are you happy?
I'm very happy because every time I meet like a journalist or a fan or anybody, they actually remember the names of my characters that I've played. They know the specific films that I've done. I've been here for like 4 years and I've done like 6 films, which is actually very, very little for being in Bollywood because most girls do like 5 films a year. I do like maybe 2 films a year. So for me, it's more important to be memorable than to be in the rat race. So I'm really, I want to do special things. And I've made 1 or 2 mistakes in my career of not doing that and like kind of falling off the wagon. I don't know how to explain it, and going into doing something that everybody else is doing, and I've regretted it. So I'm not going to do that again.
Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about your sense of style. You know, you're so fashion forward. You're coined as one of the best dressed women on the red carpet. How hard or easy is it for you to get up in the morning and put this together? Your stylists work on this? Do you work on this? What's your process?
The process is to be a girl. I'm a girl. I love dressing up, you know. I enjoy it. For me, I like to look pretty. I like to dress different. I think it's an extension of your personality. I think it's a way to express who you are. So I enjoy doing it. So I wake up in the morning loving myself and saying, I love myself and this is who I am today and this is what I'm going to wear today because it expresses who I am. So for me, it's just fun. And obviously I have stylists who help me to like get me stuff, but eventually the choice is always mine.